there on a Sunday. Came home back till Monday. Didn't have fun till Tuesday. Then she calls me honey. Honey, 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 honey. You are so good, you're my. You are just a good girl. I'm losing my sexual marketplace value every minute of every day, and all I have are my stuffed animals. Oh, how you love me when I'm so fucking old and alone, and I'm gonna live so much longer than you and only have stuffed animals to show for it. Oh no, I'm gonna be a cat lady when you die. Hi guys, happy Valentine's Day. It's a special day. I have 69 subscribers. I hope that never fucking changes. Unless it jumps straight to 420, that's it. Yeah, fuck. I'm such a fucking dead egg spinster. I was invited to a little Valentine's party that I thought was tonight. And I was wrong. It's tomorrow. I made a fool of myself. Thank God I texted for the address beforehand. And the hostess felt so bad. And I was like, no, I didn't, like, you know, come up with a whole fucking outfit or anything. Or, like, paint my face. Oh, shit, my battery's dying. Yeah, you know, no biggie. Who cares about Valentine's Day? Not me. Not me. Yeah, no, I'm glad it's tomorrow. I'm so happy. Even though actually it's not the worst thing. And it didn't take me that long to do that. Oh yeah, see, kitten. Once you're of age, I'm gonna be a cat lady with you in my little fucking crack den. Anyway, well, since I'm all dolled up and I took some kratom and a little bit of phenibut, does that count as a drug? No, I'm like, fuck. I wasted like my one little baby relapse on a night in just to cry with my stuffed animals. I was hoping if I went to this party with the little sexual marketplace value that I have left, that I would be able to attract a mate with all my fake up and my eye cream that makes me look younger. But alas, maybe tomorrow it'll be too late and my fucking eggs and fucking bouncy milk bags will be fucking drained of all life force. It's too bad. But anyway, I've got all this demented shit on my mind because I'm not a fucking YouTuber by any stretch of the imagination. I've made a couple videos. I've never done a live stream like political debate. I started making videos just because I spend so much time already on YouTube that I thought I may as well engage. So this is my top secret YouTube channel that I have a friends and family channel where I post my Disney World vlogs and how to take care of your pet fish videos. But yeah, this is where I get fucking edgy. If anyone listened to the stream last night, you know I'm really fucking edgy. Yeah, so I went on my first little live stream thingy on Discord. I don't know how to use any of these things because I've just never cared to try to do it. But I left a comment on this character Flamenco's video because he had made a video that was just like making fun of Pig Puncher for having like technical issues, and it's like whatever, you know, it wasn't like the most hostile video in the world. And I left a comment being like, you know, is this worth making a half-hour video about, you know? Because the only context I knew him from was Vosh's video saying he's a lunatic Nazi stalker. So yeah, I leave a comment and he responds and invites me on his Discord, and I'm like, I've never fucking used that, but wouldn't that be a fun thing to try? YOLO. And I knew I would attract a lot of hate, but that already is my entire YouTube audience anyway, is people who are like super triggered when I don't laugh at a Dave Chappelle joke, or super triggered that I made fun of a Stefan Molyneux comment. Or what else triggers them? Oh, even my like fucking video on like serial killers, that triggered a lot of people. I don't know. So I've learned to embrace it. It's like, whatever, boost the algorithm, thanks, baby. And it's interesting. I am fascinated by you guys, if any of you are watching right now. I truly am. Not in like a bitch way, even though fucking bitch, you know? But like in a I want to know what's going on up there kind of way. I really, really do. That's why I was excited to talk to Flamenco. But he was way more reasonable, and he was really nice, I will say that. He was a nice host. You know, because I had never done like a live stream or anything like that. So I was like, I watch like blood sports videos all the time, and I was like, you know, I debate people all the time at like Thanksgiving or like in internet comments where you can pause and like search any fucking tidbit that'll support your argument on the fly, you know, so you never have to look totally stupid because you can live, like, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I knew I would have a hostile audience. I fucking knew that 1,000,000%. That was like a guarantee, but I was like, whatever, this will be fun. I like seeing you guys all worked up and stuff. And yeah, so I thought it was a good opportunity to have a little fun. And damn, yo, chat fucking hated me. So I thought I'd have like, you know, at least a couple white knights in there being like, hey guys, she's being fucking reasonable. Why don't we fucking, you know, reach across the aisle? Civil discourse. No, I mean, I think there were a couple people in chat who said some like vaguely nice things. But otherwise, 1,000,000%, all the comments, stupid woman, why is there a woman here? Dead egger, she's trans, she's a Jew, she sounds fat, feet pics, that was a big theme of the night. That was a big theme, and asking a lot about my weight, but I didn't see any of these comments until after chat, which is good, because otherwise I would have gotten like distracted. And people were even being mean to Flamenco just for being like somewhat nice to me. And I'm like, come on fucking guys, you take yourself so fucking seriously. You know, it's like, I'm just a fucking random ass person from the internet, and the second I show up in your chat, you're like, oh fuck, there's a fucking woman fucking bitch in here, and she wants to like convert all 10-year-olds and chop off their fucking dicks. This communist bitch wants to kill us. It's like, dude, sure. But chill the fuck out, you know? But it's okay, you know, I'm used to it. So to me, it would only hurt my feelings. I think Pig Puncher said something similar to this vein, where it's like, it would hurt it hurts my feelings more when people are mean to me coming from my own side, you know, because I respect their opinions like a bit more than your average like alt-righter, you know. And I've watched enough alt-right content that to know kind of how they operate, which they didn't fucking believe me, like, as if it's so fucking hard to like find like a Mark Collette video on YouTube. Like, are you serious? I even go on BitChute and Gab and Telegraph. I go fucking deep in that shit. I'm not lying about it. Like, that would be an awfully weird thing to lie about. I'm not a fucking expert on it, like you fucking extremely online lunatics. But yeah, I probably know a decent bit more than your average fucking person on the sidewalk. Yeah. So, but I thought it was more of just like a friendly conversation. And yeah, I enjoyed it, you know? It felt like pretty natural. And, you know, like I said, they were being reasonable, so it wasn't like, like, I can see a lot of where people are coming from, like, and I kept saying alt-right, and I would, like, accidentally, and this really triggered the fucking boys, is, like, when you'd say, anytime I'd accidentally associate anyone from the intellectual dark web as being part of the alt-right, and I would do that because there are overlapping beliefs. Like, technically, no, of course Sam Harris isn't fucking alt-right. But did he do a stream agreeing with everything that Charles Murray has to say about race and IQ? Yeah. That's like a little alt-right-ish of him. But I fucking know that he's not alt-right. He hates Trump. He's progressive in, like, most issues. And he's a Jew. Which, not to say you can be a Jewish Nazi. I know that's hard for you fucking brainlets to comprehend, but totally a thing. And if you're, I mean, look at people like Jesse Lee Peterson, or I mean, whatever. I feel like some of you, you're so fucking, like, trapped in your little echo chamber that you really, it's just like, you know, I know what it's like, because I have had various health issues and things that have left me bedridden for, like, sometimes 23 hours out of a day. And that's the reason why I've watched so much stuff on YouTube and done a lot of research. And I've gone through my own, I went through, like, kind of before, like, the alt-right, when I was a teenager, I got into some of the more, like, racist, skinhead oi type of scene, and I went through a weird conservative phase, you know, pretty racist too, all that. And at the time I was reading, like, Ann Coulter, and was gonna vote for, like, Michael Bednarik, even though I was 13. I even gave myself, like, a Chelsea haircut where it's, like, all practically shaved, like, in the back, but then you just have, like, bangs, being like a skin bird, you know? Yeah. So it's like, I can see their perspective, and I think it would be cute. I think it would be fucking adorable if more people from the alt-right could just, like, pause for a second, you know, and just, like, try to be sincere for one fucking second of your life. Like, it just seems like so many are systematically incapable of having genuine interaction. That's why I was surprised Flamenco did seem pretty genuine, even if I'm still not sold. I was starting to believe, like, oh, maybe this guy's not a Nazi, and then I watched the rest of his stream, and it was all anti-Jewish shit. Like, so much so overwhelmingly so, that it put me back a step for Team Flamenco. The great Malenko. Yes, anyway. I thought it was really fascinating. I haven't gotten too many people, boosting my algorithm coming from, like, that chat, but I did get some more negative. I got, like, a little boost in, like, negative triggered comments, and it's just, I noticed this theme where it's like there's a group of, or, like, a segment of the, like, alt-right, or the fuck ever you want to fucking label or identify yourselves as, you know. Like, the fuck ever. You can just call me the left. I'm not a little fucking pussy about it. But, you know, there's, like, and I don't want to say incel, because I know I actually am more sympathetic to incels, but there's, like, a segment of incel culture that's pretty fucking, you know, they you know, maybe they're just venting, but there is a complete, and it's seeped into the alt-right, there's a lot of crossover, just like with the IDW, there's fucking crossover. I'm not saying they're all exactly the same thing, but yeah, they're fucking obsessed with, like, fertility. And guess what, fuckers? Do you know what never happens? Ever? I've never met any dude who gets laid on a regular basis or who has fucking kids ever, like, go on and on about, like, oh, this bitch is 24, eggs are gonna start shriveling up, you know, and she's gonna get uglier by the second. Like, It's like, okay, dude, sure, like, you wouldn't fuck anyone in a heartbeat. Give me a fucking break. But yeah, someone left a comment on my channel, and it was definitely, like, most of the comments, they're, like, they're pretty incoherent, you know? Or just, like, you know, little zingers. But this guy, he typed out, like, a whole paragraph about how, my sexual marketplace value is gonna drop, and someday I'm gonna be 30 and I'm only gonna have my stuffed animals, and then my dog is gonna die, and I shouldn't hate family. And it's like, dude, I hang out with my mom like every fucking day. I'm all about that shit, you know? And yeah, if I'm lucky, maybe I'll pop out some fucking babies, you know? Or I'll, like, maybe I'll fucking adopt one. It's 2020, you dumb fuckers. Like, there's so many more options. I don't feel super worried yet. Even though I just turned 30, I know plenty of people who've had children, like, in their late 30s. But it's just the way it comes off to me, what I infer from this. Because guess what, fuckers? Men lose their sexual marketplace value too. You guys start fucking going bald and shit. Like, you know, your dick shrivels up. You know, you get your guts. I see, listen, normally I'm not this fucking shallow. I'm just dishing what I've been given. You know, taste of your own medicine. Because it's just so fucking stupid and hypocritical. But I can see the appeal, because if you're someone who's been rejected by women, it feels good, instead of, like, reflecting on yourself and how you're a real fucking shitty person, or not generalizing. Instead and I'm, like, talking about the people who turn this into, like, real hostility towards women, who tend to be the ones where it's like, oh, I wonder why no one wants to fuck you. Maybe it's because you sit around all day jerking off about fertility and calling women who just turned 30 dead eggers, implying that I'm menopausal, you dumb fucks. Like, but yeah, I think it comes from a place of, it feels good to them if they feel powerless, of like, all these fucking, like, pretty girls riding the dick carousel in their 20s, they're gonna fucking regret it, because they're not dating me now, but someday they're gonna wish that they are dating me, because right when they hit 30, they're not gonna have any fucking fertility, and, you know, women get so fucking ugly, like as if the aging process is unique to women. Like, yeah, there is the biological reality for most women that around age 50, 55, you start going through menopause. But it's like, hey, dude, check your fucking sperm count. That shit starts going down too. Especially with all you fucking beta bitches, it's probably real fucking low to start with. Otherwise, you wouldn't be spending all your time online talking about this shit. But keep doing it, because I do find it really fascinating. Okay? And even though I was just a little hostile now, I love you guys. I appreciate you. And if anyone ever wants to converse with me on, like, a human level, you know, if you think you can give a swing at being sincere and actually being honest about your opinions and values, and want to have, like, an honest exchange, I think it would be cute. And I'm open to it, and I'm open to trying to see things from other perspectives, believe it or not. You probably don't, but I can't change that. All I can do is just fucking say what I mean, you know? But yeah, so anyway, happy fucking Valentine's Day. I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep and think about all of the nice guys that I wish I fucked. Oh, if I could go back in time, instead of being such a big fucking slut, going after all the alpha chads, you know, being in their harems and leaving all the guys at the bottom to just pick at scraps, having to fuck, like, 3s and 4s when they deserve 10s. Yeah, I know how you fucking think. Yeah, so feel free to leave me some juicy comments. And I've only just learned how to live stream yesterday, and that was just calling it a someone's live stream. It's not something I'm familiar with at all. But I would love to have honest conversation with any of you, like, Magtow, or however the fuck you say it. Yeah, I mispronounce shit sometimes. Suck my cock. Magtow or Mugtow. I'm not gonna MGTOW. Men going their own way. If you're involved in that, or incel, or have any of the like ideas that I just kind of ranted and raved about, you can. I would love to have like an interesting conversation, and I promise, no judgment. If you treat me with respect, I'll be completely respectful to you. The people I'm venting about in this video, they drew first blood, so I'm just dishing it back. Alright, and so I'm gonna go fucking cry myself to sleep and watch The Bachelor and, plan what kind of fucking Botox and plastic surgery I'm gonna get, since the marketplace value is just going. Alright, bye bitches. Also, while I'm here, there's something I wanted to clarify about stream. I already clarified the alt-right IDW thing. Some of the things on race realism that chat was saying is that someone was like, imagine thinking that calling something racist was an actual argument. I don't think I did that. I kind of explained how I feel about the topic. See, the thing is, it's like, okay, my view on it aligns with like most geneticists, scientists, anyone who studies anything remotely related to that. And your view is a bunch of kind of like fringe studies that have generally been rejected by the scientific community. So there's a couple ways you can view that, and who knows. The way the alt-right views it is like, well, duh, all those studies, it's all one big fucking cover-up by the Jews or something. And their studies are the true ones. People say that about climate change. They say that about vaccines. From what I can gather, I usually, I'll defer to the experts on this stuff because I'm not a geneticist. All I can do is observe my surroundings and absorb information about it and see what the experts have to say as more genetic research comes out. There's just way too many different socioeconomic factors to be able to quantify. That's like the big thing I disagree with the alt-right, is they think that we're all on a really fucking even playing field now, and that any differences whatsoever are genetics, or mostly genetics. I don't want to straw man. They think it's like mostly genetics. So it's like, oh, the reason why there's not many women in this field is because genetics. So it doesn't make sense to have like affirmative action for them in certain fields. And it's like, yeah, there is like sexual like dimorphic differences like in the brain that we are kind of understanding. But there's a lot of research about that it's not really as clear cut as some people like to make it out to be. And the fact is, so long as there's barriers to people pursuing certain fields, we can't say like, oh, this is genetic, because 100 years ago you could have been like, women just aren't genetically interested in voting, it's not natural to them. Or you could be like, Black people just can't read, it's just a fact, like, look around you. But the reason I'm more compelled to not believe those things is just because of how much society has changed over a fairly short period of time. You went from people thinking that blacks were subhumans to having a black president in a century. Like, that's pretty fucking significant. So there's always going to be people in a modern age who think that the status quo is the natural order. And then there's always going to be people who say that the status quo isn't the best that we could be doing, and that we could have a more fair and equitable and functioning and better all around society. So I lean towards that camp, and you guys lean towards the other one. That's okay. Always happy to, you know, I mean, I don't fucking think it's okay. I don't. But I know I'm, you know, this dead egg SJW thought is not gonna fucking convince you at all. Zero chance. But, you know, whatever. What else? Fuck, there's something else I wanted to clear up. Oh, I made a fucking joke. Like, when we were talking about gun rights, I feel like my points I could have articulated better. Sure, like I said, I don't like gun rights. It's not something I normally have. I don't think I'm like as knowledgeable on that. Obviously, I'm just kind of going off of like my layman opinion, you know, of, you know, and I was just kind of like thinking out loud. And I was being sarcastic at points which the audience did not pick up on. And of course, shocker, everything I said was interpreted in the like least charitable way possible. You know, like I slip up and say Sam Harris is alt-right, and they're like, oh fuck, I knew it, she's so stupid, she thinks that Sam Harris, long-nosed Sam Harris, is the leader of the alt-right. It's like, oh, fucking calm down, dude. Sorry, like, just act like a fucking person. Try it. Yeah, and then with the gun thing, at one point, Flamenco was like, yeah, more people die from, like, their bare hands, and it's like, and I was like, huh, well, let's ban those. Like, ban hands. And these motherfuckers took that at face value. It came up in chat. One of the guys said it later on. Maybe I'm missing them joking, like they're joking by acting like they actually thought I meant that, you know? So maybe the joke's actually on me. But you never fucking know. It seems like whenever the alt-right is wrong about something, they're joking. And if they're right about it, then they're serious. Like, it's just kind of like, okay, dude. Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty fucking pointless. But I'm bored because I got all revved up to go to a fucking party. And it was the wrong day. So I'm gonna, like I said, go watch The Bachelor and cry into my Beanie Babies. Like, here's a kitty. Hey, baby. Alright, good night, fuckers. And on one final note, after I filmed this video that is happening right now, I looked at my comments and someone said that they disagree with my gun views, and I was thinking about it, and it's like, yeah, I think my opinions on that were pretty half-baked. So I'll give them that, because I do have very conflicting views about it, where on one hand, like, I do really think, I don't believe in banning guns. All the chat was like, she wants to ban guns. It's like, oh my god. I was just suggesting that maybe it could be, like, a little trickier to get, like, military weapons. Or assault rifles, or the fuck ever. But I also, you know, and so I was, like, in that perspective, but I do totally also feel like it's important for, you know, civilians to be able to arm themselves against tyranny. Because even though that sounds kind of like, oh yeah, because, you know, tyranny, it's like, well, yeah, it's actually a really fucking real threat. And probably we would be much more oppressed if people didn't have some means of fighting back against the government, since they clearly generally do not have our best interests at heart. It's more about just, like, placating the masses and getting away with whatever the fuck they can get away with. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about the whole fucking gun thing. I really don't. So, you know, whatever. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have talked about that. Otherwise, you know, it was my first time ever doing, like, a political stream, and I'm doing it on my phone, you know, so in a way it feels like I'm just having, like, a phone call. The whole time it just feels like I'm just casually talking on the phone with someone. Even though I know it's like, you know, there's people watching, but I don't see any of that. I'm holding a phone and talking into it and not seeing anything. So I wasn't super careful about being, I don't know, articulating positions, you know, like, I'm like clearly not being articulate right now either, but whatever. All right, that's final thing. All right, final fucking thing I'm gonna add is I'm a really fucking open person. I really just don't care. I don't think addiction and mental health issues should be stigmatized, so I speak pretty freely about it. Plus, once you've fucked your life up as much as I have, you're just beyond any level of shame that an average person would feel. So I made, like, you know, a self-depreciating joke about, you know, being medicated and my mental health and addiction. Like a real fucking mild joke, and the chat was all fucking triggered about it, saying like, ooh, imagine thinking that having a mental health condition is a quirky personality trait. Pfft. Really? I can't. Alright, that's my last little thing. Yeah, so